and welcome to the comprehensive news at 5 p.m. on Opportune TV. I am Mary Agyobo. First, the headlines. President Tinubu orders MDAs to tighten visa verification. England doctors announce fresh strike over pay dispute. Gassama joins Rangers from Sheffield. And now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed all federal ministries, departments and agencies to improve collaboration in verifying the identities of Nigerians seeking consular services abroad. The move follows recent visa policy changes by the United States and the United Arab Emirates affecting Nigerian applicants. The U.S. reduced non-immigrant visas for Nigerians from multi-year multiple entry to single entry, citing high overstay rates and limited access to applicant records. Meanwhile, the UAE imposed strict new criteria for tourist and transit visas for Nigerians, especially solo travelers under 45. In response, the presidency says relevant agencies are actively engaging their US and UAE counterparts to resolve the concerns. Tinubu assured that Nigeria remains committed to addressing the issues through constructive diplomatic means. The Enugu State government has commenced the development of annual operational plans to shape its 2026 health budget. The initiative aligns with the Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative, aimed at unifying and strengthening the national health system. At a 4-day workshop, Health Commissioner Dr. Emmanuel Obi said the state is adopting a statewide approach to integrate all players in the sector under one coordinated plan. This includes monitoring and evaluating health indicators with a unified system. The training held in Enugu brought together senior officials and program managers to build capacity and draft a single operational plan. However, this plan is expected to ensure more rational and people-focused budgeting for healthcare delivery in the state. In another development, Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has assigned portfolios to the 16 newly sworn-in commissioners, urging them to get work immediately in line with his administration's development goals. In a statement issued by his Chief Press Secretary, Prince Ebenezer Adeniyan, the governor emphasized transparency, efficiency, and service delivery. He also warns associates of the appointees not to pressure them into granting undue favors. Ayedatiwa reminded the commissioners that their responsibilities extend beyond personal interests and must reflect the needs of the entire state. Meanwhile, the cabinet reshuffle is seen as a move to inject renewed energy into governance. An Osun State High Court has sentenced 6 individuals to 2 years in prison for electoral offences and illegal possession of firearms during the 2023 general elections. The convicts were arrested by DSS operatives in Ila Orogun on the day of the House of Assembly elections. They were found with 2 locally made guns, cutlasses, an axe, a Fulani sword, and live cartridges. Justice M. Awe found them guilty on 2 of the 3 charges brought under the Electoral Act 2022, but discharged them on the count of conduct likely to cause a breach of peace. However, the judgment underscores the government's stance on electoral integrity. The Nigeria Police Force has dismantled 2 human trafficking syndicates operating in Ondo, Enugu, and Anambra states, rescuing 39 Ghanaians and several Nigerians, including pregnant women and children. A precision-led sting by Zone 13 Police Command led to the arrest of 8 suspects involved in illegal adoptions and unlicensed medical operations. Victims were held in captivity in poor conditions, some lured with forced job offers and visa promises. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, commended the operatives and reaffirmed the force's commitment to fighting trafficking and transnational crimes. The victims are currently receiving medical care and investigations are still ongoing. Finally, from the local stories, 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the murder of a Chinese national, Chen Wang. who was stabbed to death in January at his workplace in Ogere, Ogun State. According to police investigations, the suspects believed to be factory workers and lovers disabled the security system and carried out the attack during overtime hours. They fled after stealing cash and valuables from the victim's residence. However, they were tracked and apprehended in Jos after weeks of surveillance and coordination between the Force Intelligence Unit and Ogun State CID. Meanwhile, the police said the suspects acted with premeditation and will be prosecuted accordingly. Let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll receive stories from the foreign scene and the world of sports. Please stay tuned. Welcome back from the foreign scene. The World Health Organization has certified Senegal as having eliminated trachoma as a public health problem, making it the 9th country in the WHO Africa region to achieve the milestone. Trachoma, a leading infectious cause of blindness, still affects millions globally, with 93 million people at risk in Africa. WHO says the number has dropped by 51% since 2014 due to sustained public health efforts. Senegal's success is attributed to strong political commitment, effective disease monitoring, and consistent community engagement. Meanwhile, WHO has called on other countries to follow suit in accelerating elimination efforts. The UK government has confirmed the secret relocation of over 4,500 Afghans following a major data leak that exposed thousands of applicants to Taliban threats in 2022. Details of the breach and the resulting Afghan relocation route were kept under wraps until the UK court lifted a super injunction this week. The program, which cost over £400 million, was launched 9 months after the leak was discovered. Defense Secretary John Healey apologized in Parliament, calling the breach a serious departmental error. The UK says relocation offers already made will be honored even as the program winds down. Finally, from the world of sports, Liverpool have rejected a £67.5 million offer from Bayern Munich for Colombian winger Luis Diaz, according to reports. The Premier League side maintains that Diaz is not for sale. Despite interest from Bayern and Barcelona, Liverpool reportedly values the 28-year-old at over £100 million. Diaz has 2 years left on his contract and is seen as central to the club's future plans. Signed from Porto in 2022, Diaz has scored 41 goals in 148 appearances for Liverpool. Talks of a contract extension are yet to materialize, even as speculation about his future intensifies. Rangers have signed 21-year-old winger J.D. Gassama from Sheffield Wednesday on a 4-year contract for an undisclosed fee. The French youth international made 47 appearances last season, scoring 8 goals. Gassama, who came through the ranks at Paris Saint-Germain, is expected to add speed and creativity to the Rangers' attack. Head coach Roussel Martin described him as an exciting player with hunger to succeed. The Mauritania-born talent joins the Scottish side amid financial struggles at Wednesday, where he impressed despite the club's mid-table finish. Rangers see him as a long-term asset in their attacking rebuild, respectively. And that wraps up the news at 5 p.m. on Opportune TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us, and please subscribe to all our social media platforms. I am Mary Agiobo. Have a good evening.